Days with the Commodore 64. Days with the Commodore 64. Now, I was born in 1972, so I'm 45 now. And in the mid-1980s, about 86, 87, started hanging with a group of kids in Cooma where I was living. I lived in the 1980s, I lived in Cooma, in New South Wales, Australia, about 100 kilometres south of the capital, Canberra. And I was in Berriedale, which was to the west of Cooma, 20 miles from the 70s, and Cooma for the 80s. Just about all of the 80s, pretty much. And about 86, 87, I started going to the Cooma arcade a fair bit, the pinball video game arcade, and ran into some friends who became sort of friends for the rest of my Cooma years. You know, Peter Dradrak and Damien Asnoski, and a group of kids I'd hang around with. And, we played cricket together and indoor cricket as well. But we'd play on the video games, and then Peter Fletcher got a Commodore 64 computer, sort of as an addition to his. Peter Dradrak, got a Commodore 64 computer as an addition to his Tandy colour computer. Anyway, got used to playing the games and things like Kiwari Warriors and Boulder Dash, and had a look at one of the Ultimate games. I think it was Ultimate 2. I don't think I ever got to play that, but Buggy Boy was another one. But what happened was that a little later, I had an income through Oz study, and me and my brother Gregory, we bought a Commodore 64 computer together. I think it was the year 1988 we bought it, actually. And started the Commodore 64 craze, which lasted the rest of the 80s and well into the 90s. So, those sorts of games, which I think Peter Dradrak gave me copies of those games at the end. And, things like Whiz Ball and Head Over Heels and other classic games. Ikari Warriors, International Karate Ig Plus. Love the music on Ig Plus. It's fantastic music. The Last Ninja and Great Gianna Sisters. I spent a lot of those late 80s and early 90s. In 90s here in Canberra, just using the tape drive and load and play and uploads the tape game, and there's a screen as it loads on the TV screen into that horizontal coloured scheme sort of flashing on and off. And I had a Commodore SX after a while, Commodore SX 64, which was the portable one. It weighed a ton. Had that for a few years, or a while anyway, and that got traded. I traded for that, I think, probably in the swap shop of the Canberra Times or something, or the Canberra Chronicle. I think I probably traded it away as well. Had a few Commodore 64s. I've currently got one, which I bought a few years back. I let go of Commodore for a long time, but recently, in the last couple of years, I bought one again. Haven't played any games yet. I still need a power box. But I've got 3 disc drives currently, and I think only one of them works for sure. I know one of them probably doesn't work, but the Commodore 64 computer. I've got a Commodore 128, my brother's, which I inherited from him because he died a few years ago. It's missing a space bar and a function key, I think. But, I think it works as far as I understand it. I remember the back of the day, we had those Commodore paddles as well, but I couldn't ever find a game to play with the paddles, I don't think. When I bought a second-hand 64 once, I got a whole stack of disc games with them, which were copied to discs, because that's what people did in the day. They copied their games onto discs with a file copying program, and they were the numbered sort of A1, A2, A3, and B1, B2. The discs were numbered. Had a big, long disc box, floppy disk drive box, full of disc games, and I would recopy them onto various other discs in the collection and file it properly and organise the discs properly. Had tape games and disc games and cartridge games. I remember me and Greg once got ourselves on the bus all the way out to Fishwick in Canberra just to buy some bloody Commodore 64 cartridges. This was the mid '90s by then. It had faded by then, the Commodore 64, but still took our time to get those ready cartridges. They were basic ones as well. They weren't terribly advanced. Traipsed around Canberra a few times, at least once, a few times getting Commodore sort of supplies. I bought the Commodore Format and Commodore Force magazine, which I think Commodore Force replaced Zap. It was the new title for the Zap 64. I think it was Commodore Force, which was Commodore Format, I think, was a new magazine. Bought those for a number of years. Well, a couple of years worth of them, I think. Maybe 2 or 3 years worth. And they had the little bonus tape cassette which had demos and sometimes original games on it. I think I've got a couple of those cassettes hanging around. I don't think there's any more of those magazines anywhere in the house. I think I've got 1 or 2 of those cassettes might be hanging around somewhere in the house. Not sure. I can't spot anything at the moment. I've got a bit of Commodore 64 stuff over there on the bookcase. I bought Mayhem in Munsterland, which we played on the demo version back in the day, and it was rated 100% that game. The only game one of the magazines, the Commodore magazines, had ever given 100%. The alternative, they did a special on it. I think it was Commodore Format, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Did a special on the making of the Mayhem in Munsterland over a number of issues that they awarded 100%. The other magazine, Commodore Force, it probably was, said no game can really be 100% by definition of what games are like. It's not possible to give it because it's too subjective. But they still ended up giving it like 97 or 98% anyway. So thought that was alright. But they were good days. Sort of me and my brother Greg and my older brother Matt and Jared Bryant, a friend of the family, playing Commodore games. And, time moves on. That sort of time sort of finished because I'd been going through depression for a few years, but I went into church days, into fundamentalist church for a while, and sort of left that lifestyle behind me, and left all my music behind me, and all that sort of old world left behind me, and went into this new church, which I thought was the way of life. And God had arrived in Jesus Christ, as far as I understand it. Later on, in the late 90s, 99, I became a Noahide and left Jesus behind me, for the most part. Since that time, my life, I suppose, has returned to a more normal way of thinking, which I grew up with. Some of the hype, I think, is gone. And things gradually returned, including the Commodore 64, and I think having this Facebook thing, which we know about now, society knows about this Facebook thing with all its Facebook groups, especially, where there's a group for everything under the sun on Facebook. There was a lot of Commodore 64 groups, and I've posted a few things to Commodore 64 groups, and it's revived me a bit in my Commodore fascinations, and I think Commodore days of the past, potentially, especially if I get married one day and spit out some little munchkins, they still might be Commodore days of the future. So, hail to the Commodore 64, I suppose. Jeez.